It's an exciting time as NFL free agency kicks off, and Sean Payton is gearing up to make some impactful moves for the Denver Broncos. Reports are rolling in about a player who was highly sought after at last year's trade deadline, now becoming available for free agency. This means any team, including the Broncos, can get him if they make the right offer. It's huge news and has sparked rumors about potential targets for the Broncos, as well as updates on players who are now off the board after re-signing with their teams. Stick around because we'll dive into all of that and more in this video. What's up, buddies? Welcome back. If you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We cover all AFC West news here on this channel. NFL free agency is when you take a good team and transform it into a great one. It's the time when teams make those critical additions, like bringing in a Peyton Manning, Aqib Talib, or Emmanuel Sanders. Think of legends like Bill Romanowski and Ed McCaffrey, both key free agent pickups in Broncos history. By the way, let me know in the comments who your favorite all-time Broncos free agent is. For me, it's probably Ed McCaffrey. I loved watching him play. But what about you? Share your pick in the comments. Sean Payton has shown that he knows how to make bold moves during free agency and at the trade deadline. Just look at last year when he brought in players like Malcolm Roach, Zach Allen, and a couple of years ago, Brandon Jones. Payton's approach to building his roster is all about finding players who fit his system perfectly. According to plugged-in sources, the Broncos are set to make a big splash in free agency this year. They're reportedly aiming to be aggressive spenders, and we're all waiting to see who they'll target next. The big story today revolves around the Jacksonville Jaguars and their former first-round pick at tight end. Last year, this player drew a ton of trade offers but stayed put because the Jaguars were in win-now mode. However, they've now lost Evan Engram for nothing in return, and he's officially a free agent. For the Denver Broncos, this is a golden opportunity. They wouldn't have to give up draft capital, just the cash to sign him, and he fits seamlessly into the scheme Sean Payton is trying to build. This tight end, who's only 30 years old, could be the perfect addition. Last year, the Broncos considered offering a third-round pick for him, but now he's available for next to nothing. Around Denver, people are buzzing about how this player could embody Sean Payton's concept of a joker. That's the type of tight end who creates mismatch, someone a linebacker can't possibly cover effectively. This guy's skill set is exactly why he was a first-round draft pick. Back when selecting tight ends early wasn't even a trend. His athleticism is on full display in clips like his play against the Green Bay Packers. Despite being only 6 feet 3 inches, he leapt over triple coverage to make an incredible catch, showcasing why he's so special. You don't often see a tight end with his blend of power, speed, and agility, able to navigate the field like a running back. His ability to execute plays like that is absolutely jaw-dropping and could be a game-changer for the Broncos. When you think about what Evan Engram could bring to this team, it's easy to see why Sean Payton might make a move for him. That level of athleticism at the tight end position is rare. While Engram isn't necessarily known for his blocking skills, his ability to create mismatches is exactly what Payton has been looking for. If the Broncos were to land him, it would be a massive upgrade. Just imagine the impact. Engram could instantly elevate the tight end production, an area where the Broncos have ranked dead last for several seasons. Even last year, it was okay to give up a third-round pick to get him at the trade deadline. Now, the thought of signing him outright in free agency is incredibly exciting. A player like Engram not only addresses a glaring need, but also allows the team to head into the draft without the pressure of targeting a tight end like Tyler Warren or Colston Loveland. At just 30 years old, Engram still has plenty of years left, especially when you see guys like Travis Kelce dominating at 36. Signing him would be a huge step forward. On the defensive side, building a dream scenario for free agency gets even more exciting. Adding a player like Dre Greenlaw would be a game changer. Pairing him with the existing defensive front, including Zach Allen, Nick Bonitto, Jonathan Cooper, Jonah Ellis, and others, would elevate this defense to arguably the best in the NFL. The pieces are already there, but a player like Greenlaw would bring it all together, making the unit absolutely unstoppable. With national outlets reporting that the Broncos plan to spend big, it's clear this could be an offseason full of bold moves. If these two signings come together, it would set the Broncos up for something truly special next season. With the Defensive Player of the Year locking down one corner spot and Riley Moss showcasing incredible upside, the Broncos' secondary is already a force. Now imagine adding Dre Greenlaw alongside Alex Singleton at inside linebacker. Singleton has proven to be a solid player when healthy, and pairing him with someone like Greenlaw elevates the defense to a new level. At that point, it's hard to argue against the Broncos being the best defensive unit in the league. The potential here is absolutely wild. Reports suggest Greenlaw is seeking a deal around $12 million per year, and honestly, that feels like a bargain considering his production. Compared to Zach Bond's $17 million annual deal, it's clear Greenlaw brings more consistent production and has been a well-known name for longer. Bond had a breakout year, but Greenlaw's body of work speaks for itself. Landing Greenlaw at that price would be a significant significant win for the Broncos and further solidify the defense as the team's backbone. On the offensive side, multiple reports suggest the Broncos are looking to pair Bo Nix with a veteran wide receiver. While Courtland Sutton already fits that veteran role, it seems the team might be searching for a receiver with a different skill set. One name that's been floated is Cooper Kupp. His route-running ability would complement Sutton's strengths perfectly. Kupp's ability to dominate as a slot receiver and run the entire route tree makes him a unique asset. Even now, highlights show his elite skills, proving that he's still capable of being a major impact player. Not long ago, he was a Triple Crown winner, and he still has that ability to be an absolute monster in the slot. Pairing him with Sutton and Nick would give the Broncos a dynamic receiving core that could change games. Just look at what Cooper Kupp can do, juking defenders left and right, leaving them completely outmatched. Good luck trying to stay in front of a player like that. If the Broncos were to land Dre Greenlaw, Cooper Kupp, and Evan Engram, it's not a stretch to say they would be gearing up for a deep playoff run. You might as well clear your late January schedule because this team would be built to compete at the highest level. Let me know in the comments who you think should be the Broncos' top targets. There's been plenty of buzz about Chris Godwin, and while he would be an incredible addition, his price tag might be too steep right now. The Broncos are still navigating the last year of Russell Wilson's dead cap hit, which limits how aggressive they can be in free agency this season. Spending big might make more sense next year when the team is off Wilson's money. Bo Nix is on his rookie deal, and they can take full advantage of having the wealthiest owner in sports. At that point, they could spend like crazy, opening up even more possibilities. Still, the three signings mentioned, Greenlaw, Kupp, and Engram, aren't unrealistic and would significantly improve the team. Adding these pieces would position the Broncos as serious contenders, even in a competitive AFC West. And let's not forget, the division rivals are all dealing with their own challenge. The Chiefs are facing major losses on their offensive line, including Joe Thuney and potential departures like DeAndre Hopkins and Hollywood Brown. Rashee Rice might even face suspension. Meanwhile, the Chargers are reportedly moving on from Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack, leaving gaps on their defense. The Raiders are in disarray without a quarterback or a true wide receiver one to rely on. With those teams in flux, the Broncos are in an excellent position to take control of the AFC West next season. The opportunity is there, and if these moves are made, it's hard not to feel optimistic about what's ahead. And I hope you mark this moment because it's going to happen. There's more great news for the Broncos too. When you have the wealthiest owner in sports, it opens doors to create advantages that go beyond just player contracts. While the NFL's salary cap ensures every team has the same spending limit on players, ownership willing to spend big can make a difference in other areas, like staffing, infrastructure, and creating opportunities to retain top talent. Sean Payton has clearly taken full advantage of this. A number of Broncos coaches who were getting serious interest from other teams for head coach or coordinator roles have chosen to stay put. Why? Because Denver is incentivizing them to remain by offering upgraded roles, new titles, and strong financial packages. Being tied to Walmart's ownership group is a massive advantage, and it's paying off. Take Zach Strief, for example. His reputation has been skyrocketing, and he's seen as a future head coach. The longer the Broncos can keep him, the better. The same goes for Davis Webb, who turned down offers elsewhere to stay with this team, and Jim Leonhard, who was a hot candidate for head coaching roles not long ago. They've all decided to stay because they believe in what Sean Payton is building here. This secret sauce Payton has developed with the Broncos is staying in-house, and it's an exciting sign for the team's future. So as the next few days unfold, let me know what you're hoping to see. It's going to be a wild ride, and the Broncos are shaping up to make a deep playoff run next year. Make sure you're ready for it because this is going to be something special. We're all looking forward to seeing what moves come next, and it's a great time to be invested in this team.